There we go. Alright, I think I'm live. Let me change the name though. Reload. It'd be nice if OBS gave me the damn link. There we go. I need to change it because I'm not doing Flower Storm. Right. Edit video. Splining a test animation. I'm just gonna tag in ReZero because why? Save. Okay, and then go back to my stream so I can copy stream so I can. There we go. Then let's go to my thing at stream. Boom. There we go. Oh, hello, Easy, and welcome to the stream. ReZero, my favorite anime. Indeed, it is also my favorite anime. Let me make this full screen so we have no black space in the bottom. I need my phone so I can see chat easily. Where is my... I don't have my stand yet. It's okay. YouTube. Hello, Prismarine. Welcome to the stream. Where is my channel? Okay. Today is a very special day because we are going to be doing splined animation. I almost never do splined animation anymore, but I'm going to do it today. So, how am I? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great too. Chat filter to all messages. There we go. I want to flip my phone upside down. Can I go landscape mode, please, so I can see more people? Landscape. There we go. Yes, spline animation. Very, very interesting, isn't it? So this is the animation. I've already blocked everything out, so you don't get to watch the blocking or the drafting phase. But I'm going to use this scene from ReZero. I blocked out all of the spoiler bits, so you guys don't see it. But if you want to see it, I guess I could show it, but it doesn't really matter. Apparently, we only have Subaru crashing out. I've been animating over. Maybe I should put that as the subtitles, you know? That should be the subtitles. I'll just replace these subtitles and then put them so that like I've been UV editing over and over again. Something like that. That's a funny idea. Anyway, so this is what we have right now. I only have Subaru crashing out at the beginning because I literally just finished it. I was like, oh, might as well stream because I have time. So we're gonna spline this whole area or this whole sequence. And what I'm gonna do here is first call this crash out underscore blocking. So this is the blocking pass. Alright, that's enough looking at that. Give it a fake user. And the reason I give fake users is because if I duplicate this, this one will never delete itself. Because normally if you don't have a user for something and you restart your Blender, it will reset or it'll just clean up all of your blend files, right? So you want to give it a fake user. So yeah, it says here, save this data block even if it has no users. So I'm also going to give this a fake user. I'm going to call this crash out splining. Right, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into pose mode, and I'm just going to give everything a keyframe. So give everything a keyframe. And the reason I do this is because when I go into Bezier mode, it looks like this. This will look better than if I just immediately splined everything. Yeah, so this is what it looks like if I just splined it immediately. And it's kind of ass. It's also okay actually, but it's better if we do it this way because reasons. Then after you do that, you just clean channels. Alright, anyway, we're done with that. I have controls here that I need to... so we have this one I'm going to call block, and then we fake user duplicate and we call spline. Same thing on this side. We have rolling right side block, and then we fake user duplicate, give this spline. Okay. Well, I want to see your animate this blocking. It looks so nice, bro. When I finish my anime model, the first thing I send you this model. Wait, what's the difference? Like, what you change in splines? Oh, okay. 1 second before I answer that. Need to make sure this one. There we go. Okay. So the difference between the two is that I have keyframed. I have this basically. So if I go into my block out right now. So crash out blocking, right? So here, notice how he doesn't move. Okay, let's just take a look at this specifically, right? The chest does not move at all in here, right? If I were to put a Bezier curve on this, the chest would move immediately when I don't want it to move. Usually you will put a keyframe like this here, and then it'll move, right? That's what I basically did by, oops, there we go. Okay. By doing this. Right, so I put a keyframe here for everything, so that everything is stationary in this position. Hello, Cheese. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing spline animation. You might be interested. I'm revisiting spline after a very long time. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I was doing. And the reason I did that is because it's much easier because you don't have to account for random movements when you don't want it to move. Like here, it is not moving, right? Okay, it's not supposed to be moving. There we go. So it's not supposed to move here, but if you were to immediately Bezier it, it will move. That's the equivalent of doing this. Yeah, so there we go. Anyway, put this back in constant, and let's go back to the spline version. Right, let's first off pick a... I need to search up what spline animation means. Spline animation simply means animation that's smooth. So this is spline animation, it's smooth, right? And then the other one was constant animation. This one is... Oops. So this is constant. This is basically blocking. You can see how it's like choppy. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick one body part first, and we're going to focus on that one body part and make that look good. Usually you would go on a hierarchy. So usually when you animate, you know, you have the root bone, and then under the root bone we have, you know, like the chest, and then we have the arms, then we have the legs, then we have the head, and all that stuff, right? So usually you would go with these with the hierarchy. So you start with the root, and then you go to the chest, and then you go to, you know, one of these, right? So I'm gonna start off. I don't really have root movement besides these things over here. These are like rotation controls that I use to control specific rotations on specific parts of the body. So I'm gonna do this first. So let us start with this, because this is where it goes over here. Okay, so we're just gonna Bezier this. Alright, that looks terrible, but that's fine, because that's what we're gonna fix. And I'll just do this as well. Make everything Bezier. Okay, so let's do this one first. I'll just take the body, because that's the only thing we need to look at. So let's look at this. This is already bad, because it kind of just stops there. So we're gonna move this forward, put a keyframe here, so it goes like this. Oh, and then we move this forward. Much better. Okay, why does it move like that? Is very interesting. Do I actually move you in the... Can I delete that? Yeah, there we go. You're not supposed to be moving. Okay, and then over here, this is where we hit this. That's when you have to start moving, and we're going to give you a vector because we want to make it so that the speed kind of stays the same, and you have to be vector 2. Okay, but then this is too fast, so we're going to slow it down. Move this one forward. And that's fine. Maybe a little bit more forward. Boom, boom. Move this one forward again. I need to put this somewhere I can see you guys, because I can't really see you guys. You're on my keyboard. Nope, nothing. Okay, so I have a stack of books. I'm gonna put a stack of books in front of my face. Oops. Okay, stack of books in front of my face, and then I put my phone on top of my stack of books. There we go. Now I can see you guys. All right. Cool. I don't like how it kind of looks. It looks extremely blocky. When I say blocky, I mean like literally. It's like I'm playing with blocks. I think it might be too fast. I'm gonna slow it down. Yeah, you know what? Let's turn off. That's so I can use subframes. You know what? Maybe if we start moving earlier. Alright, let's try that. Okay, it looks it looks terrible, but it's okay because I didn't spline everything yet. Okay, so we have the root done. Now let's move on to the chest. Is this one? Or the body. I actually do not have any animation for this. That's perfect. Don't have to worry about that. We're working about the next one, which is the chest. I think it's because you're doing the curve on the actual edge of the torso, which is why it's blocky. Yeah. 5 minutes later, somebody knocking in Lena's room. Oh, he's reading books. I am, I am animating over 1,000. Indeed. Okay, so we've done this now. It looks choppy because of this specific motion. The head kind of snaps instantly. Why is this head snapping? It's not supposed to be snapping. There we go. There we go. Now it'll look much better when we're done. But we're gonna do this one by one. Right. So the first thing is the chest movement. Now, hopefully, there should not be any chest movement here, which is correct. There is none. Don't like how it cleaned up everything like that, but I guess it's fine. You know. So if I do this, yeah. So it'll only add whatever we have here, which is great. Okay, so let's delete this, move this bit. We need a little bit of wind up here. So we're gonna move this back. So hopefully, yeah. The head will move later. Move this back. So this. Okay, now this is where we start moving right, which I don't want to. So we're gonna move this forward. Delete this. Actually, wait, do I have to delete that? I don't think I want to delete that. Because this... Okay, this doesn't actually hide boots, that's fine. I mean, try upper part of the body first. Yeah, well, we're doing the chest first. Okay, this movement is really bad, so we're gonna delete this. Honestly, I'm gonna... Okay, so we start here. Let's just remove all of these because they don't really need it. There it is. So this is good. Okay, you go backwards, which is wrong. What you want to do, because this is supposed to be... an upwards movement. There we go, much better. This is fine. Okay, this is not really good. We're gonna have to add a little bit more animation here. Okay, here we're gonna rotate to have a bit more extreme pose. Okay, I mean, honestly, it's because the character is a block that it feels like it's a block, you know? I feel like adding a bit of overlap to the hands when he grabs his head would be great. Like have the action lead with the yeah, that'll usually when you do it in blocking, you kind of can't add that. It's really hard to add that in blocking. You can only do that at the let me just check crashing up block. Right, so here. So when you're doing blocking, because you don't have the in-between frames, you just have to make it, you have to imply that you have easing. Or sorry, not easing, but overlap. I think I did it right here, because I remember animating this specifically. So here. So what I did here was, the overlapping I did was rotating the arms. Because he's moving to the right, to the left, sorry. So I had to rotate it so his elbows are lagging behind. But yeah, this will be added when I'll add it when I work on the arms, right? Because you can't do that in blocking. You have to do it in spline. We'll focus on the hardest thing when splining is ignoring your animation, because it's not gonna look good no matter what you do. It'll only look good at the very end. So that's the hardest part, just ignoring that. Because you have to look at it one by one, or else you're gonna hate yourself. Here we're gonna rotate like this again. And delete this one because it's not really useful. Okay, it's literally because he's a block that he looks like he's blocked. No, exactly. Just testing and comparing my mindset for the ideas. Oh yeah, that's fine. Totally fine. Open the discussion here. It's already pretty good, actually. This blocky part is just because I'm doing it exactly. It's a little different. You know, I have an idea. So here he stops, right? So we're gonna try something out. I don't know if this will work or not, but we're gonna start rotating him a little bit before. So like this. Oh, actually, wait, no, I see the reason. We're snapping the arms instantly. Look at that. Look at how the arms snap instantly. We just need to stop that. Well, okay. I think it's better if we just remove the hands because we're not supposed to, again, ignoring the thing. It was the hands that was the problem, right? Okay, this one as well. Oh, look at this, It kind of just lifts off instantly. I'm gonna try this thing again. So we're gonna start rotating him a little bit immediately. And then yeah, like, look at this. Boom. He just goes up. I think that's here's the issue, guys. I forgot to Bezier one more. There we go. That was better. Over here. I think he kind of slams his body too fast here, right? So we're going to give a little bit of... Again, I think that might be this, actually. Yeah, right here. Okay. Okay, we can say that the chest is complete. The first draft of the chest is complete, so let's move on to the arms, which had most of the issues, right? So let's add some overlap to the arms, like he suggested. There's a tiny bit of movement here, right? Because of Is it a tiny bit of movement? There should be a tiny bit of movement here. There is none. Okay, if there's no movement, that's fine. This needs to be constant. This needs to be constant because I have these will be parented to the head. But yeah. Hello, Real Michael. Welcome to the stream. Indeed, ReZero. We are going to be animating a scene from season 2. On the topic of spline, maybe you want to briefly review that movement practice file I was working on before. Are you saying I review or you review? Because I don't remember that. But I'm down. Totally down. Well, this one's easy, so I'll just do the eyes. I'll just do the eyes. Head as well is a little annoying. Okay, now, this is not good, obviously, and we're going to fix this by using Motion Pass, my favorite tool. Oh, wait, before we do Motion Pass, we need to make sure that it is not the whole scene, or else your scene will lag. So we're going to use this range, and we're going to add a Motion Path for this. For people who do not know how to add Motion Paths, you go to Pose, and then you go to Animation. Sorry, not Animation. Which one is it? Actually, no, it's not there. It's not there. Not bad. You go to Bone over here. Is it this one? Wait, I forgot how to do motion paths. Huh? Wait, guys, wait me a second. I completely forgot how to do motion paths. There we go. So you go to Pose, Motion Paths, and then Calculate. I right-click, and then I put in my quick favorite, so I can just press Q. Then I can calculate myself. Question from Cheese: do you animate your pupils in constant? I do. I think it looks nice. Has the same jittery feel as IRL eyes. Well, because I animate everything in constant, technically I do animate my pupils in constant. But for this animation, I will be doing it in Spline. Because just because it's in Spline does not mean it can't be jittery. You just have to add. You just need more work to make it jittery. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing it in Spline. Anyway, so we look at the arm here. Notice this really bad movement. We're gonna try and make the most smooth curve we can get. Okay, this can just be, we can just delete this. Right, look at this. Now the nice thing is, because I have done frame by frame animation before, I am totally okay with doing this. Nope, not this one. Automatic clamped. There you go. All right, brain fart. Yes, anyway. Okay, it kind of goes down actually, which I do not want. Boom, delete, and then update. Now, look at this. The shape is going like this, and then like this. I don't want that. I want it to go like this. So we're going to change it so it does go like that. This, honestly, I can just remove this last one here. Oh, look at this. I don't know why this is happening. This is really annoying. But I'm just going to assume it's because something is wrong here. This is probably the reason. Oh, this is the reason. Okay, it's because of that. Let's try it again. Okay. We'll start with mode 1 here. Right, so... One, two. Ooh, I don't like the look of this. I'm going to delete these two, actually. There we go. Now it simplifies everything. I'll move this a bit here. I'm going to remove this, see what it looks like. What's the problem with IK? You have to use the It's locations are issues. But this is fine, because I know how to animate frame by frame. Okay, and then 73, 74, that's really fast. But of course, I am a frame by frame animator, so I don't care if I have to do this frame by frame. Why does this move that? That's really weird. Oh, duh, because you're not using this, dumbass. That's why everything's jittery. I am so stupid. Okay. Okay, so he puts his head, and then honestly, we just go this. And I also want, so this, we know that the right side hits first, so we're gonna have a tiny rotation on the right, accompanied by a tiny rotation from the left. Yep. So why aren't you parented? Please be parented. That's why. Okay. Alright. How often do you use IK? I use IK quite often when I'm using blocking. But yes, it does depend on the animation. Usually IK is more used for the legs, and whenever you're touching surfaces, you use IK. But when you need to use arcs, you do FK. Because he is going to be touching his face quite a lot, I use IK because FK cannot lock into his face. You get me? But yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at how he moves here. I don't like that movement. Why is there even movement there? Because this is that. Huh? Wait, I'm confused. Why aren't you... Oh, I didn't... Huh? Insert keyframe. Why can't I insert this keyframe? Oh, I hid it. I hid it. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Okay. The way his head kind of bing-bongs to the left and right is a little annoying. So we're going to have to change that. Let's try. Okay, here. Look at this. His head kind of... I want his head... I don't know what this movement is. Wait. Okay, that looked a little weird from where I was looking. I think that's fine. You guys think that, like, head shake, this head shake, you think it's fine? Or is it too much? Try lower it. Oops. I think it was fine. I don't know if it... I don't think it's fine. This is okay. This is much better. It's not super noticeable. Okay. I guess it's because I'm the one making the animation, so I notice everything. Yeah. Yeah, and then here's just... Because his head's going down, we need this to be even... Oh, look at this. A movement that we did not account for. Okay, now we're gonna go into the world of... Oh, I hate this world. Alright, so here's an issue I have. Let's delete this. Move this here. There you go. There we go. Nice. So this, he goes... I like this. I like this movement. I just did this randomly where he goes up first and then he goes down. It's very nice. And then this one is a little slow. So I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna go turn this thing back on. So the final pose is here, but I don't like that final pose. So we're gonna go even lower, and then here we're gonna go. Okay, here. 1, 2, 3. Let's add. Let's go 121. Calculate the motion path here because it's curving, and I don't like that curve. So yeah, right here. So look at how it's curving. I want it to kind of just like slam on down, and then just go straight as possible. All right. And then we go up. We don't want that, so we're just gonna keep on going down. Look at what it looks like. Boop, boop. Okay, that's good. And of course, I forgot to do it for this as well. This is going to be called fingers. Are you able to scale the chest of your rig without breaking it? Explain. Scale the rig. Let me just show you what I can. Fingers block. Right, let's just put that in there. Fake user. Right, so you want me to scale the chest without breaking it? Technically, it does break. I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by scale the chest. Right, because if we're talking about literal scaling, I could scale it like this if you want. But yeah, I need an exact definition of what you mean by scaling. What exactly do you want me to do? Because I only have things that I want to do on this rig. So if it's like a thingy that you're thinking of that I won't usually do in an animation, I probably don't have it. All right, so I was doing this right. So we're gonna duplicate fingers, spline. I break my phone. I broke my phone. Oh, I hope you get a new phone, man. I was thinking scaling it a little bit to emulate breathing at the start. Ooh. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So that I don't usually do that. Right? What I do is I think I have another one. Do I not have another body thingamabob? Right. So what I would do when I want to do breathing is I do this. Right. I have a chest tweak that moves the chest specifically, and I would rotate it up and down. So let's try it out. Go here, and then we just bezier it. Oops. Uh, okay, so we'll do it in the beginning. Yeah, and then we'll just. There we go. Yeah, this worked, right? So that's how we'll do breathing. We'll do that later. But yeah, so how did you break your phone? Spill the tea. It's, no, that's to me that is extremely noticeable. The shake is really noticeable. Okay, so we're back to the fingers. And here's the issue where I just keep on looking at things that I don't really need to look at. Right? Because I don't actually need to do the fingers now, but because it doesn't look good, I want to do them now. Let's go this so everything has the same position. Okay. Okay. Bezier. So I want to make it so that he's kind of like scratching his face. So I have to repose it because it's the wrong pose. Before this, it was. No, let's repose it. There we go. Let's move it all the way down. Okay, here's something we can do. Is it possible to work without the graph editor? Just started out with Blender, and I see a lot of people use it, and I don't know how to use it most of the times. My work's just kind of plain. Okay, so the graph editor is really only used for tweaking, and it is extremely difficult to use it, or not. I wouldn't say it's difficult. When you're looking at it like this, right? So if I go into the graph editor right now, select all of this stuff, and I just go in here and just like, if I select all the bones, right? Boom, and you're like, what the hell do I do? And what do I touch and what do I move? And it's like it's very difficult to understand. I will say that if you have knowledge in video editing or specifically like motion graphics, like After Effects, when you make infographic shows and stuff like that, if you have that knowledge, it becomes really easy to use a graph editor because that's how they animate. They literally just use a graph editor. But us animators who work in 3D, it's a little bit confusing. But my tip when you're using the graph editor is to there's only one thing you're doing really, and it is to 1 second. Let me just make it so that this is a straight line. Wait, I keep on changing that. Right, this is what I want to change. All right. So the thing is, when you want to use the graph editor, you always look at the general shape. You don't actually care about specifics. So in this, let's look at the head rotation of my character. So we're gonna look specifically at the Y rotation. We don't care about this, we don't care about this. We're only caring about the Y location. So I'm gonna go into the graph editor. And I have a setting that kind of hides all of the curves until I select one. So if you want to do that, you go to preferences. Let me just double check so I can show you guys. System, animation, I think. Okay, so if you go into your preferences, let me see if I can just open this up in here. So switch this to Blender preferences. Right, so here you should be able to see it. There we go. So what you want is you can see in animation, in F curves, click on only show selected F curve keyframes. So when you do that, it'll make the graph editor much more simpler to look at, right? Because you're only looking at one curve, or you're only looking at the curve you want to see. So there's that. Now, when we go back in here, you can look at the F curve. You can try use normalize to make it easier to view, because sometimes if you don't use normalize, let's say you have a graph that goes kind of like this, right? And there's like a lot of stuff. So using normalize will kind of squeeze it into like a really small narrow place. But then if your graph is already like this, there's no reason to normalize it. Right, so let's move on with the non-normalized graph. I'm just going to look at this beginning part. So usually when you're looking at graphs, you want to look for really smooth curves, and you're also looking at like when your curve is like flat. Flat curves means there's no movement, and then smooth curves mean good movement. If you have like something like this, right? This is probably not something you want because this is extremely choppy. So let's just look at it right now. So this is a very small movement, right? So if I were to go here, I just show you here, it's really tiny. So you don't really care about this. But if I were to make this a bit smoother, I would make it so that I delete this keyframe so that you can see the graph editor is mostly smooth, right? Here's a really fast turn, right? And this is fine because over here we have, he's like not moving it. He moves a little bit. I'm actually going to move this down. There we go. So he moves a little bit here, and then he moves a lot here. And then he stops because the arm hits the head, so he stops a little bit. But then this arm comes in and hits again, so he moves again. So that's what the shape would look like, right? And it is like that, so that's cool. And then here's another issue. So you notice how we go up the slope, but then we kind of stop, but then it goes up again. Usually you don't want to see that, so you just delete this. And then you play it. If it looks bad, you just correct it. So I'm going to move this a bit to the side. Do I need this? I feel like that's important. I'm going to keep that. Here, he's kind of moving backwards. I don't want him to move backwards. I'm going to move this up. Okay, right. So that is a basic. Why does this go up? Okay, it is what it is, right? Uh, Back to the animation, right? Oh, something you wanna know is that again, the graph editor is for the final changes. You do not usually want to do the graph editor for the for like when you're actually editing. Try not to do that. Control tab graph editor, by the way, was the keybind he did. Oh yeah. Well, did someone ask for the keybind? My bad, I didn't see it. I'll make a little texture remake for my model. I'll send it to you. You just want to hear it. Okay, let's check out this texture remodel. Uh, is it? All right, check that. Oh, someone. All right. Ooh, very reflective. Let me just copy, save image as. Here we go. Let's go image 2, and then let's add in a plane just to see what Prismarine has shown. Image. Desktop sharing for stream. Boom. Ooh. There we go. As well, yeah. Ooh. It's stretched. Let me just unstretch it. There we go. Much better. Very nice. Look at this very sharp eye line with the eye blush. And then a very oh, and it's no you no longer have the thing. I like this. Good job. It now like seamlessly combines. I like that. Bravo. Bravo. Uh can I draw a quick bug cat emoji? There we go. Quick bug cat emoji for you. Good job. Alright, so anyway, moving on. Yeah, this is great, by the way. I love it. Moving on to this. I noticed one issue here with the arms, or not what the arm, but the fingers. I didn't actually want him to claw backwards. So we're just gonna delete this, actually. And make it so. Turn this off, actually. I don't want to. So he goes down, but then he drags his... Why does this keep on moving? Oh, that's why. So he goes and drags his arm back up. Why is it... Ooh, I don't like this. Because of this, right? So let's just... Okay, and I notice that the body is kind of, inching a little bit to the right here. I don't like that, so we're going to change that as well. I'm going to turn off this thing so I can focus on this. Yeah, so look at this very slow movement. I don't want that, so we're going to remove that by simply... He moves this also moves really fast. And it's because this one doesn't move at all. There you go. Anyway, yeah, you move too fast, so I'm gonna lower this. And then here we can move a lot. Okay, and then I'm just gonna move this here because I don't mind if it's stationary. Maybe make it a little bit less. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then this actually does not match. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna do this one as well. Okay, so here, it's better if we just make it flat. Yeah, and then there's no point for me to do this one because he's more like grabbing his head here. And also there's no hair, so I can't replicate him pulling his hair out. I won't be adding the hair because I won't be making this into a actual rig. Alright, now here we can start having him claw this at his face. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 back, 1, 2, 3 forward, and we start going up. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, and then he just 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, and we can just remove that. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, again, this is the issue again. Because we have a really fast snap here, which we don't want, obviously. And we'll have some overlap, like he said. So here, he kind of rotates his arms here. And then when he rotates back, the arm kind of lags behind. And then hits this one. There we go. Yeah, and then this. Might just be this, honestly. The legs are not moving in time. This is the hardest part, doing rotating IK. Let's add this so we can see where the hell this thing moves. Right, notice how it goes. Once it reaches here, it goes down. Or no, it stays there actually because I didn't put a thing there. Let's go 212. 380. Calculate. Okay, sorry. This is actually very similar to the graph editor, where when you're using motion paths, you want to look for these errors, right? So this is obviously really bad animation because this is what it looks like, right? It doesn't make sense. There's no conservation of momentum here. So we're going to fix this by placing these keys in the correct position. Okay, and then here I want him to do this. Back, move this up. So he kind of bounces his legs. Alright, and then here's an issue. There's just too much space. Or not space, but there's too much time in between here and here. So we're gonna have to remove that by just moving this. I think, yes, this one. We're gonna move it closer back. Just update this side. Okay, again, notice it's actually it's incredibly slow. I'm gonna do that again. 3, maybe even just 3 frames should be enough. Calculate. Okay, and then here, this is really wrong. We're gonna go do this. You're not supposed to be up, you're supposed to go down. And then you want to change the easing so that it goes like this. And this is where, again, frame by frame animation has a lot of advantages. Anyway, I think the fact that the torso is moving is one. I think the chest and shoulders should move first, and the hips would be pulled along afterwards. Possibly. Right, that's a possibility. Okay, and also this is not meshing with me right now. Because I think it's supposed to be like stationary first, and then when he... There we go. Okay, so anyway, let's try out the things you said. So, right, just I think it's the fact that the torso is moving as one object, right? So, okay, because what I think I tried to do anyway is I tried to make the chest lead, but the torso moves too fast, so you can't see the chest leading. So I'm gonna actually, also the head kind of doesn't look like it's moving too much. So I'm gonna try and remedy that by having a lot more movement by the chest. I'm on the hunt for frames that look like this, right? So there's a snappy movement here. I'm looking for those because I feel like it. Oh, this is a pretty snappy movement actually. I'm just remove that. What does that do? Oh, here's an issue. I think it's because we're moving upwards, right? That's a possibility. It might be because of that. Let me just check graph editor. And let's check. Wow, look at that. Look at that. What is this movement? Ooh, that might be it, you know? What if rather than exaggerate the movement of the chest, you exaggerate the lag drag of the hips? Perhaps, but anyway, I think might have found our culprit. Look at this extremely sharp turn. This might be it, honestly. I'm gonna delete this, delete this, so we can have a smoother ramp. And also, it's just we need this to, because I noticed that, okay, I think this is the issue, right? It's because I want the body to contact the ground throughout its journey, right? So right here, we should have it like this. That might, yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look, that's much better. It's a little bit better. It's not completely fine, but I think that might be it. It's the contact point between the shoulder and the ground because the shoulder was up, which makes the body look rigid. Rigid was the word. It's not blocky. It's rigid. So the body looked rigid because the body literally did not, fall to the ground when it should have fallen to the ground. Shoulder should be touching the ground all the time. Anyway, now we can actually move this back because I think I wanna. Yeah, I want to make this earlier. So I didn't actually mind that. And then these steps are just him going up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's okay. And also, I think it might also be because it's not very smooth. Let me just check the rotation of the y-axis for this. Wow. Okay, there's another issue. Is it an issue? It's not an issue. It's just no. There we go. Maybe this is the issue. Right here. This is really fast. The very ending, which I think might just be a combination of the head and the chest being too exaggerated. Actually, I don't actually hate it. We need overlap, like you said, and also we need to make this continue to go in that direction because it stops here. So I'm gonna move. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. Move this up, but it stops here, so we have to move this down. Delete this actually. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this gradual slope. What's causing it to rotate? Okay, from the looks of it, the x-axis is not the only thing that's controlling it. Maybe the w-axis is also controlling it. Yeah, the w-axis does control it as well, which is a little annoying because it's kind of messy. The y-axis goes like this, but there isn't much motion, so I'm okay with that. Delete that, move this to the side. Okay. Start from the beginning. Okay, still the thing that pops out is still this one. I think it's like this, right? When we rotate it, here it's kind of slow, and then it speeds up, and then it slows down again. That might be the thing that I don't like. But it's very hard to find out where that speed up is. Honestly, it might be because of this. And every one of Subaru's mental breakdowns are incredible, well made in the series. Yes, indeed, I love it when he screams. It feels so emotional. Alright, here we go. Let's try this out. Honestly, what happened if I just did it? That's actually better. And then we have to make this rotation a bit softer at the end. Right, so look at this. It's very, very sharp. So we're going to just extend this out. Move this a little bit down. Maybe it's because he kind of rotates backwards. Oh, hello, entertainer. Welcome to the stream. How am I? I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great too. How was your 2-week break? There you go. Whoa. I think I made it worse. Look at this. Yeah, I made it worse. Alright, let's just fix that. Despite my inexperience, I feel like weight is something I'm pretty decent at. Yeah. But what did I do here? I think is it the court? Is it this rotation? Should I just done? Maybe I should have just done this. Whoa. Okay, that is. What is this? Kind of just twitch like this. Check all of the thing. Okay, is it Z? What is Z doing? Yeah, let's just remove Z. That looks really weird. If it looks weird, it's probably the reason why it's bad. Oh, I don't mind it. That's not bad. Finally, my Augie rig comes. Now I just need to finish the render, hopefully. Hopefully, right? Oh, kind of messed this up. You rotate to the y-axis way too fast, so let us fix that. Right here, hi there. Move you down lower. Huh? Is it not the y-axis? Oh, it's a combination. That sucks. What you working on? What's the ref? ReZero. Let me show you. Alright, anybody who hasn't watched ReZero yet, please get out for the next let's say 30 seconds, because I will be unmuting the spoilers. But this really the spoilers don't actually have any impact to this because it's just flashbacks. But anyway, this is the reference. Alright, that's the reference. So, wait for the second part of the latest season. Indeed, I am waiting for part 2 of season 4. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, this is season 2 of ReZero. But anyway, I'm doing this because I needed another piece of character acting to showcase, right? Because I don't really do a lot of character acting. But yeah. So I chose this scene because it's really good voice acting, but there's actually not a lot of, actual acting here. So that's a lot of things. I can use this as a base, and then I can put my own twist to it. Because like over here, kind of not doing anything. It's just a flashback. So I'm making him roll over the ground. And just for future reference, if you guys want to know what happens eventually, he gets punched in the face. Love it when he gets punched. Anyway, I'm not an anime guy, so I have no idea what this is. It's ReZero. It is a guy mentally breaking down because he's had enough. And then his boy comes over to save him. Yeah. Happy birthday, Daniel, indeed. Alright, so I got sent the files. Did you send the files? I didn't get, oh, wait, you did send the files. Yeah, I forgot. Let's do a bit of checking out another person's animation. Check out Jesus' animation real quick. Carrot movement practice. I'll save this and I will open downloads Kirin movement practice. All right, let's see what. Oh, it's the. Oh, I haven't. Have I seen this one? I don't think I've seen this one. What am I supposed to look at here? Oh, there we go. Oh, is it okay? So it is this one. Whoa, whoa. Okay, okay. I have. I have something. There's something I do want to say. This was good. Okay, he's kind of disgraced. But anyway, one thing I do want to say is that when I'm noticing that when okay, this is good. Uh, and here, right? So let's take a look at how you animated this. Something I noticed, and this is specifically for if you're going to animate in. Oh, and we have a great day. Have stream. I'll be chilling here in the meantime while doing whatever. Okay then. All right. Okay, so the thing I notice here is that there's a lot of shit. First of all, and the second thing is that you don't see here. You have movement in like this, right? So you have the arm moving here specifically, and then you have both arms moving here, and then you have the body moving here. So like everything's kind of messy. One thing, if like obviously if you're gonna turn into spline, doesn't really matter. But if you're doing this for constant, whenever you're blocking out your animation, usually you want these to be in the same frame, right? So you technically do not want this. You would want them to be in the same frame. So I'm just gonna go out. So see here, it's only this movement. I do this. Move it down. Probably gonna move this a little earlier. One here. Okay, here. This is fine. Delay this by one. Maybe move it closer here. Here, another random. He's moving alone. We don't want that. We're gonna delete that. Another one that's technically moving alone. We're gonna move it forward. Another one moves alone. We're gonna combine it with this one. Another one that's moving alone. We're gonna combine it. We're gonna combine it backwards. Another one that moves alone. We're gonna combine it with this one. Boom. Yeah, because right here, I mean, it depends really again on you. If you're gonna spline it in the end and you're okay with this, that's fine. But for me, if it looks bad, I'm not gonna be able to rest. So I have to make it look good, even if it's blocking. All right, so keeping it together is a much better thing. And also, whenever there is a movement of your arms, usually you want to accompany it with whatever the previous thing is. So in this case, chest. And also, I would recommend bending the body forward, downwards. So here we move forwards because your feet are kind of positioned to kick forward and then up. I think that's what I would do. I'm just gonna do a little bit of because I do quite like this scene. Okay, and here's the perfect time to take a step back. Always try to use footwork because footwork makes your animations look much better if you do it properly. So here, maybe bring it back. This is 2 frames forward. What's this? Get out of here. We don't want you. There's a lot of movement here. But anyway, that part was already splined pretty much. All right. Anyway, so this is pretty good. Again, my immediate thing was just that everything is kind of moving at different frame rates, and my brain is not able to read anything. Right? It's better if everything moves at the same time. That's why I said overlapping was a little bit difficult in Spline. In fact, overlap doesn't really exist in Spline because you have to animate everything. It's not difficult, but you don't get a lot of chances to do overlap in Spline. Right? Usually the only time you get a chance is when at the point the object moves back and then this object is still moving here. That's probably the only point. But in in Spline, in blocking, this is the case. But in Spline, you have, continuous movement like this. So you can just take this animation and you just make it slower. Right? And then it's much easier to do in Spline. But anyway, yeah. Everything is meant to be in Bezier. I forgot I was doing blocking. But okay. Let me just see what it looks like in Bezier then. Yeah, it looks much better here. Anyway. Yes, not bad. This one, when she runs, I want to see how it looks like in Bezier. This is hilarious, yeah. Beautiful. I'd love to see the behind the scenes. Anyway, back to ReZero. Right, that's enough screaming. Subaru, we're gonna work on your head movements. So here, we're gonna add some overlay. Overlap. Yeah, this was the issue again because I think one of these is not perfect. There we go. There's the other one. Bam. Still have to fix this. Let's check the hips again. Again, there's no animation on the hips per se, except for this one. Actually, this one piece. But I needed that piece because we were moving this, I think. No, actually, we don't need that piece. Okay. Is it Z? I think it was Z. Yes, it was the Z-axis. Right, so do I really need this piece? This piece is kind of important. Yeah, this piece is kind of important. Okay, this might be a time where I need to use... Boom. Oops. Alt-H so I can get the bendy bone. Calculate the bendy bone. Calculate the bendy bone's tail location. Bro, can you get on here? Tail, calculate. Right, so we're gonna... Here... Oh, I cleared it. Okay, this is what we need to look at. I should have done this from the beginning. Now, this is the thing that I was talking about. This is the blocky mode. I need to figure out what combination of keyframes is causing that. So now we know what the problem is. There's two ways I could fix this. The first way is to fix this is to just animate this manually, right? And the second way to fix this is to actually find out what the issue is. So let's look at all of the movement ranges. Oh, that's annoying. I can't actually see it. So I'm just gonna go here and you see this is what this does, and it's fine. It's totally fine. And then we have this one, which doesn't actually move at all, right? Besides this, right? And let's see what this does exactly. So obviously, this can't be the cause of this really sharp turn. The only thing that can cause the sharp turn is something that doesn't move sharply, or something that moves sharply, but I don't know what moves sharply in this situation. Is it this? If I were to delete this, what would happen? Oh, what happened there? Sorry. It was that. Okay, interesting. No, it's not. There's still this really sharp movement. I'm assuming this sharp movement is caused by something else. Okay, so I know you have actually a movement in the z-axis, right? Yeah, there we go. This might be. No, we need this actually. It's the x-axis. My bad. There we go. Huh? Oh no, we got gimbal lock, boys. Oh shit. No. Why did it have to be gimbal lock? Why did it have to be of all the problems it had to be gimbal lock? Fuck. I hate gimbal lock so much. Okay, what if I Oh. Oh, it's gimbal. Okay, what's gimbal lock? Let me show you what's gimbal lock, bro. Right, so when you rotate in the x-axis, it rotates like this. When you rotate in the z-axis, it's supposed to rotate like this. So let's look at that here. Here's the z-axis, by the way. Look what is rotating. Right, and I take the x-axis. Look where it's rotating, in the same fucking axis. And the reason is because if we go here and we go to transform, we have the XYZ Euler. If I go and add in a cube, and let's say I decide to rotate RZ360, boom, right? So now it's rotating in like this, right? Cool. What if I decide to, let me just delete, hide all of this. Right, so we're rotating, shut up, Subaru. So it's rotating, this is fine, right? Let's say what happens if I rotate this 90 degrees on the x-axis. Where will the z-axis rotate? Still the same. Now we rotate it on the, we disabled this, right? And then RY and the 90, or R90 on the y-axis. Now, when you rotate it, it still rotates to the right side, which is good. Now, what happens if I change XYZ? Let's try XZ. Let's try ZYX, actually. Right, so we'll try ZYX. It's currently still rotating like this, right? Let's go back here and rotate this 90 degrees. Boom. Whoa! It's no longer rotating where it's supposed to be rotating. Let me just lock this, right? So notice, it's supposed to be rotating in this direction. You know, from top, like this. It's supposed to rotate like this. But where is it rotating? All of a sudden, it's rotating like this. What the hell? And the reason that happens is because of gimbal lock. To show you what gimbal lock is, it's a very interesting topic that doesn't have a solution currently in mathematics. Let's just take a sphere. Oh no, I should use a circle. There we go. So we have a circle here. Scale another circle. Scale another circle. 90 degrees. Boom. Right. So here we have a gimbal, is what it's called, right? So we copy the bottom gimbal to the set middle one, and then the middle one to the top. And this is basically how Blender does your rotations. You have the top gimbal, which rotates everything. You have the middle gimbal, which rotates the, itself, and then the bottom one. And then you have the bottom gimbal. Now, the orientations of these gimbals or circles depend on which order you choose. So XYZ is this one first, and then Y is this one, I think, and then Z is this one. Right, so just like that. Now notice what happens if I were to rotate this one 90 degrees. What happens to the middle gimbal? The middle and the outside gimbal are together. So if I rotate this and I rotate this, they're the same thing. It doesn't matter. That's gimbal lock. And it's extremely annoying if you're not ready for it. And I wasn't ready for it. So now we have to deal with gimbal lock. This sucks. Okay. Uh-oh, did I actually? Ah, no, I deleted it. Oh. Guys, I deleted the... I deleted it. It's okay though, because I was supposed to delete it anyway. Because we're supposed to make a new animation now. Wait, did I? What the? What the hell? Oh yeah, okay, so I did delete it. So, oh yeah, that makes sense. Because I deleted it, there's nothing to do the thing, so we're just gonna add another cube empty. Right there, scale it down a little bit. And this time I'm gonna use Quaternion. Quaternion does not have this issue, but it has an extra, what is it called? Axis of rotation, which makes it really annoying sometimes when you're using the graph editor, because you have to use W axis. But for most normal, rotations, it's actually pretty fine. So I'm just gonna take the empty object, set inverse. There we go. And also, it's not actually that bad of a deal because I actually have the animation data for this. So I can just put the animation data back, and then we're back where we left. Whoa! Oh no! What the hell? What the hell did I do? How did I screw up my animation? I oh no! What did I do? I'm reverting to a previous save, guys. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go here. So let's. I don't know what I did there, but anyway, this is what we're gonna have to deal with. Honestly, I don't hate it. This is the only thing I hate, the fact that he kind of goes down. And I can fix that by just manually animating this. Okay, one, move it up, one, move it up, one, move it up, two, move it up, down. Okay, let's move it up, fine, down, down, down. Yeah, this is all good. Should I put the lip sync on this? I think I should. I'll practice my lip sync. Get my tablet, we're gonna draw it. Because I love drawing. Much easier than animating the mouth. Now the mouth will be in blocked for or in constant interpolation because it's in grease pencil. I'm not going to be animating 24 FPS lip sync. That sounds like a terribly, terribly inefficient use of my time. How long have I been streaming for? It has been an hour and 17. We can keep on going. I don't have much to do today. Might take a break in the middle though. So let's try out some. Just copy this one. I really did not like Subaru's second season designs. It feels really awkward, you know. All right. What was I doing again? I'm looking for grease pencil objects. Mouse. All right. So let's just do a little test. Okay. It's a little bright, no? Let's multiply. Darken you a little bit. Okay. Maybe true. I was busy looking at this very detailed face wrinkles every time he crashes. Yeah. Right. So I'm gonna switch this to grease pencil. So let's do some 2D lip sync. Make sure this is on surface, size is correct. Honestly, I can just copy this. So we're gonna have to. Hmm. I noticed. Ooh, I'm not sure if my thing is lagging or if it's actually like this, but he actually moves. He talks. Sorry, he moves his mouth before he actually talks. I guess there's like a breath there. I know how to do this. We'll do the face crunches later. And the thing with anime is the mouth doesn't actually have any movement, or sorry, there's no mouth shapes. It's just up, down, all the time. Except for when you have like different emotions and they change the thing. So let me delete this. I need a onion skin. There we go. So I can. Shoo. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Do you have a blank grease pencil with a drawing plane parented to the pair? Do you have a blank grease pencil with a drawing plane parented to the face to draw the 2D lip sync? No, I do not have a plane. I just use surface, change the offset, and then I just draw on the face. Luckily, Minecraft characters are all blocks, so his face is nearly a plane. So if I draw it like on there, it'll look like this, right? So it'll always be projected onto his face. Too fast. That's teeth. Make it a little smaller so I can draw some teeth. Then you increase the size again. It doesn't actually say anything, so I don't want to put the thing there. It's a little too high. That is extremely high. I should have moved it down. There we go. Now much better. Again, that's not saying anything. Bro, he opens his mouth way too early. Wow, I cannot draw at all. You can notice how that's exactly how they do it. Oops. Oh, come on. Can I undo? There we go. I'll just focus on the very end. What kind of face is he making here? Mouth open. Teeth on the top. Like this. You know what? Let's put that on. Let's put that as the background music. Memento. Unlock. Piano specifically, because I don't want to copy short. Piano. Maybe an orchestral copy would be good too. There we go. Can't speed ReZero without an ending song. Let's make sure you guys can hear that. Yeah, you guys can hear that. Alright. Let me know if it's too loud though. I think this is good enough actually. I'm quite satisfied with this.
どうしたらいいか教えてあげ
Oh, like that. Movement. You don't usually color in your mouth, do you? No, I do not. I can't draw for shit, man. A lot of people say I can draw. I cannot draw. I think this would be one.
そうかそうか
This at the base. We'll move this back. You guys will need to move it. Here's the annoying part. We'll have to set it to speed right. We'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. So it moves this way because of this. I will honestly just turn. Whoa. Wait, why did they switch it? They switched it. Whoa. They switched the side clicks in the middle. Great.
そうか出ましょうか そうか出ましょうか出ましょうか 出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出ましょうかいやいいか教えてあげましょうか出ましょうか
Fast, let's say. Back to its original position here. This back as well.
Show しょうか出ましょうか出ましょうか出まあ
We're gonna pick the original. I love the original. It's 5 minutes long.
Besides, if I was gonna get copy strike, I would have fought copy strike already because I've been playing this part for quite a while.
出ましょうか
Okay, next is this one. Okay, and this actually focus on only this one. So you start here, you snap down there, which kind of long. Snap it. Okay, we can use a different angle. We can look at that. Look at that teleportation. There you go. Alright, so making eyelashes is so annoying. It is. I'm assuming it is because you're doing it in 3D or an actual slash anime one. I don't do that, so I don't know how much it hurts. Whoa, that was not good.
かどうしたらいいか教えてあげましょうかましょうか
Okay, go ahead and make it kind of off. It's more also. Oh, and the leg kind of disappears. Hi there, can you move on?
「ましょうかあげましょうかましょうか そうか
Okay, notice how he's going back up with him. I don't want that to happen. Should we keep it? Hello. This here.
ましょうか どうしたらいいか
At the very end, we stopped animating there. So, oh wait, I moved my microphone, so you guys might not be able to hear me. There we go. Okay, so,
どうした
and also I want to make sure that this is properly.
どう
Look at that. We have a movement here. Remove that movement. We use the cut to this.
どうしたらいいか教えてあげましょうか
And we need a little bit of animation here. Okay, I can't see anything, camera, thank you. Okay, so here
he moves his hand higher up. Okay, actually, no, that's enough. You can stop. We'll listen to that later. I'm gonna move you even higher so we have a little bit of sliding. A little fast. And then again.
どうしたらいいどうしたらいいか教えましょうかどうしたらいいか教えてあげましょうか
By the way, you can try modeling Subaru one day, like co-op modeling. That would be kind of cool. If you do the hair, I will do the rest of the body. I'm down to do his clothes. Well, actually, no. Season 4. I don't like this. This is like kind of boring. It's just a shirt and pants, you know. If you want to do season 4, that'd be crazy. I'm willing to do that. Season 4 design is so good, but this design is too iconic at this point. Oh yeah, the clothing design is definitely iconic. I love it when his tracksuit is open. When it's closed, it's like it's right. There are like a lot of moments where he doesn't wear his tracksuit on, and it feels fresh. Specifically, like that season 1 episode where he had to season 1 arc 2 where he had to run away from the mansion, and he used his tracksuit as a thing. That was kind of cool. But yeah, I guess I just like open jackets, right? I just like open jackets. No, we were supposed to model Ayaka from Genshin. I'm still down to do that if you want, Prismarine. If you want to do like the like facial features and I do the clothing, I'm so down. Because I've already made Hu Tao, so might as well make Ayaka as well. I think that's it. We're basically done here. You should do a ZZZ character, perhaps. I'm not sure which one to do because I don't play Zenless Zone Zero. So how much was this? This was approximately 16 minutes of animation in a day. That's kind of crazy. I'm planning on doing this whole thing because I'm not that last one. Can't wait to animate this very last scene or this last thing. That's gonna be so satisfying. And this one as well. 16 minutes. Did I say 16 minutes? But 16 seconds. Not bad. Hoshimi Miyabi. Is that the one? I think that's the one with the. That's the. I'm assuming she's a fox. She's got really long ears. The fox lady, I think. Anyway. Originally, I wanted to make or remake technically the Choose Me scene from season 2 in ReZero, but it's a lot of sitting down, so I was like, it doesn't really, there's not a lot of character acting there. It's mostly just voice acting, so I ended up looking for the auto punches Subaru scene. I don't know if there's this didn't have an iconic name, unlike the Friend scene. Friend scene was much more iconic because he just starts laughing his ass off. All right. So tomorrow I should be free, so I'm probably going to be doing the blocking for auto, like moving through the forest. Because obviously this is kind of boring. There's no animation here. It's just his hair is just moving. So I'm just gonna make him like walk through a thing. I'll probably build the set as well. And we're gonna have auto enter the scene, and then we're gonna have the rest of this. And I think This shouldn't be too difficult to block. I can probably block maybe like a good minute of it. And then I'll take another break for this one. And then I'll spline everything and whatever. Anyway, Fox Girl, she's cute, maybe. Yes, we can try that. We can try that out someday. Anyway, just gonna play this back once with this. Oh, his hand kind of just went into his head. Can I just oh wait, I have an idea. I hate using this, but there we go. I hate using this, but I have to see his fingers. I want to see how it looks like from outside the camera view. Different angle. Ooh, actually, if we look from outside, we can actually see the issue. There's the issue. Look at that. Look at that. He kind of just, that's that. So that's the thing we were supposed to fix. Haha. Okay. Now that we know the issue, let's try fix it by fixing it one frame at a time. Calculate. Oops, not that one. Also, we need to do 120. Bro, struggling. He is crashing out so bad right now. 260. So we'll use this, and we're going to calculate the tail. And right, so let us like this. This is the perfect time to actually use the body tweak. Is it this one? Forgot which one it is. We have this chest. We have chest. Okay, this is torso for movement. If I want to move it, and actually, I kind of do want to move it. I'll fix everything with via movement. So let's do this. Okay, so it looks like this is fine. Here's an issue. So here we're gonna put a keyframe. Here we're gonna move it like this. Make sure there's even spacing. Okay, and then we'll try this axis next. So here we're gonna move down. Okay, see what this looks like. I'm not sure if that'll actually work. Kind of works, actually. It's not that bad. We have one more angle we have to do this in. And I think this one is pretty good. Oh, wait, here we have a very snappy thing. No, we have to move this part. Okay, we'll keep on moving here. Here's a little. Does that work? It actually works really well. By the way, will we make Ayaka skin or just basic Ayaka? Ooh. Should we make Ayaka skin? We might as well make Ayaka skin, you know? No point in not doing Ayaka skin. I really like her skin. I don't have it, but it's a really good skin. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we still have this. Look at that. Okay, so the issue is literally this one. So I'm just gonna take the location. Say what location? Yeah, it's Y location. Let's just take the Y location and make sure we normalize everything. So here we have a really big jump. Uh, where are we? There. Oh wait, no, this is wait, huh? Y location, GY. Oh, that's going forward and backwards. Okay, we don't actually care about forward and backwards. We care about up and down. Oh no, okay. It's the x-axis. Lovely. We should ask Hoyo to give us the skin after modeling. Get sponsored by Hoyoverse for modeling Ayaka in Minecraft. Sounds like a great idea. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete all of this actually. Uh, okay, here we're just gonna move this up. There we go, and then now we have a lot of things to fix. This has to be equally distanced. Okay, and now we have to look at it from the top view. Make sure everything is smooth. Who knew that animating in spline is literally just animating in block in constant, but you have to do it for every single frame. It's okay, I'm cool with this. I want to watch this creation process when y'all make them. Yeah, well, I'll ping when I do make it. Okay, and then you have to change this again. Move this down, move this down. Did I not just do you? Can we be friends and not move like crazy? Down. In fact, can I just do this and then location, or actually no, yeah, 3D cursor location is size of the z direction by 0. There we go. Yeah, I can. Haha. Size z0, size. Oh, there we go. So closer. I just need to make sure that these go really close. So having. And again, we have this issue. I feel like issues just keep on popping up, you know? Which is really annoying. Yeah, this one's okay. Wait, did I rotate you? I'm not supposed to rotate you, actually. I didn't rotate there. I didn't rotate here. I did not rotate. Okay, I didn't rotate. It's just this is rotating, I think. Which one is it? You're rotating, right? Honestly, if I could just remove your rotation, that would be nice. But, yeah, right here. If I can just remove this rotation. Now, let's see what it looks like. What the hell are you moving? Why do you go, like, into his body? Maybe I should do this. Oh, this is weird. It's probably because of this, no? Yeah. Okay, now I remember. Let me just delete this. Yeah, look at that. You're not supposed to be there. Yeah. Well, that doesn't look good. Where's the thing? There you are. Why do you move upwards? Move like this. Yeah, you move upwards, which is really annoying. Oh my god, this is just... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna reset this because it's not really working out as expected. Clear action. Let's keep on working on this then, because it's not working. Yeah, look at that. Alright, next one. You're working fine. I don't think you are a problem. And it's not going to be a gimbal lock situation like last time, because there is no gimbal lock here. It is impossible to get gimbal lock. Right, I'm going to start off by taking all of this and removing these random rotations so that I can find out what exactly the issue is. We don't have it. We do have rotation here, so I'm going to make sure I look at them, see if any of them are problematic. You barely move anything. You don't have any rotation on you. And we have one here, but you, again, barely move anything. So this is not the issue. This cannot be the issue, right? It's impossible for you to be the issue. It has to be you. You have to be the issue. And we have to find out exactly what is causing the issue. So why is this? And so it's definitely this, right? Oh, was it just Y this whole time? I remove it. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we have gimbal lock. Yeah, so let us destroy the gimbal lock by deleting everything. Okay, wait, actually save this first. Use the action editor. I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to go, it's going to call this anti-gimbal. Okay, because we want to stop the gimbal. Okay, and then I'm going to change the transform from XYZ to quaternion. I'm going to delete all of these. Make sure this doesn't have any rotation on it. Okay, so we're just going to move it here. So I'm just going to take rolling right, and it stops at 248. So we're going to stop at 248. Boom, right there. Okay, so when we roll it like this, that's what it looks like. I need to add a little bit of speed. Make sure it looks okay. Okay, ooh, one thing. Head is already fully rotated by this point. Might have to make the head lag back a little bit. and remove that. This might be the issue, guys. Even further. Then this can move much quicker. Okay. That is your issue because we're not actually touching the ground here. So we're gonna do this so that we actually touch the ground. Okay, no, we don't need you anymore. What we need is this. Nope, sorry, not you. You, all right. So you will help us in keeping this on the ground. So here, we go up, move this down, make sure it's always in contact. And then over here, we move up.
どうしたらいいか教えてあげましょうか
And then this is too far on the ground. Yeah. So you have to go a little bit higher. Location Y, Z, X, X. Okay, I'm gonna smooth this out, move it down. All the way down. Smooth it even more. Oops. You know what? No, it's fine. This is okay. I don't like how you're moving. Delete this. Also, why are you all the way down there? I have an idea. What if I decide, let's lock all the rotations, and I decide to move the location of this object to here. And then I decide here to set inverse. Ooh, that's a little smoother, no? It's a little smoother, but he does go inwards. So I think I'm okay with that. Can I select this empty, please? There we go. Oh, hello, Amateur Chief. Welcome to the stream. How is your day? I hope you have a great day. We're currently making some animations. Specifically, I'm practicing character acting with the help of V0 voice lines. Ooh, I think that was it. Kind of screwed up the legs though for some reason. Not sure why. Set inverse. Yeah, why is the legs all the way like that? Okay, if the legs are gonna get screwed up, then I don't really want to change this. Let's leave it as is. Okay, so right here we want to move there. Bam. Then we just set inverse again. That's in the right position here.
どうしたら
Yeah, okay. Right, in here, since we have a cut here, I know they asked me not to use cuts, but because there's a cut, I'm just gonna... Whoa. Whoa, what's happening here? Why do you move like that? That's weird. No, it's not actually. It makes a lot of sense because I parented this. Damn it! But I need this to be like this though. Oh well. Okay, so we just forever parented to there. What I can do is I can just move this up actually. Or I rotate this a little bit. Just so that we can see.
どうしたらいいか教えてあげましょうか
Is he talking to himself? Yes, you can see over here. On the top right. He's crashing out right now. A little bit of movement here. I'm gonna just remove that. Wait, what? Oh, it's the movement of this. Is it? What's causing the movement? Oh, it's the fingers. Where's the fingers? Hi, fingers. Can we stop moving? No, it can't be the finger. It's definitely not the fingers. Wait a minute, wait a minute. What's moving here? Okay, I know you. Okay, you are obviously moving. But there's something moving here. Yeah, look at that. It's the wrist. Oh my god, it's the wrist. Is it the wrist? No, it's not the wrist. It's you. No. Bad. Do not move. There you go. This is really fast. Let's have a little easing on this. Oh, we have to reanimate this one as well. Because it doesn't move the way I expect it to. Actually, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's not actually moving the way I want it to move. So we're gonna put this here. Use that as a frame of reference. Delete all of this. Moves up for some reason. Okay, and feet. Okay, let's turn off the passer part. Boom. Shadow. Right. That's actually not fast enough. Can we go faster? Oops. G and what? Oh, it's locked, isn't it? Yep. Unlock it. Yeah, let's change the camera position slightly. Lock everything, unlock the locations. Because I don't move the location, I'm just going to remove it, and I'm just going to move this so that we are centered in. Wow, I forgot. We can't actually do that because we have one keyframe right here. And then here, just gonna move it like this. Okay, we're done, guys. Whew, that was pretty good, I'd say. The end result is I'm very confident. No, I'm very pleased with the end result. It's been a very long time since I've done spline animation, and it's great to know that I still got it. In fact, I feel like I've improved, since last time. Ever since I've done 2D animation, not 2D animation, sorry, but like I've done the 2D animation style, I've actually learned quite a bit, and it's improved my animation skills, not just in the 2D aspect, but also in the 3D, and spline specifically, because I don't know, I guess the blocking phase really does help, because I don't think I could have done this without blocking. Anyway, just to show the before and after, let me go in here and go to crash out blocking, block, rolling right block, block. Right, so here's the block that I did. Whoa, I kind of broke it there. Right, kind of broke that, but yeah, we definitely broke that, but it's okay. Yeah, there we go. It's the original block. Oh yeah, it's because I used a different thing. Alright, so fine. Boom. There's the roller, the right roller. So this one's spline. Wait, did I just completely break it? There's no way, right? There is no... Okay. I just broke it? No way. Quickly, before it's too late. No, before it's too late. Go back up. Undo everything. Okay, hopefully this is the correct one. I don't know what happened there. Okay, it's fixed again. Okay, good. We're good. Alright, before anything bad happens, I saved, and I think I'll stop the stream here before I mess it up again. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll probably stream again tomorrow I'll do the blocking phase, so, because Cheese wanted to see the blocking phase, I think, or someone else. No, you wanted to see the blocking phase, didn't you, Prismarine? So I'll do the blocking phase tomorrow, maybe at the same time. And then I'll probably just do auto tomorrow. So we're gonna do this part. And then that's about it, I think. Alright, if I have to take references, I'm gonna have to do that offline because I don't want to show my face. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again, hopefully tomorrow.